Welcome to the Meaningful Nonsense Podcast. This is going to be episode 9. This was a fun one talking about travel, places we've seen, places we want to see, and places we might never see. We hope you enjoy, and thanks for listening.
Welcome aboard!
Hello and welcome. Finally, we're back. It is podcast time for the Meaningful Nonsense Podcast. This is episode 9.
Of how many?
Of infinite, until we take our last breath. Which could be tomorrow, it could be 10 years, it could be 40. We could be cryogenically frozen.
Fast.
We could be cryogenically frozen and reawoken in 100 years. You never know. We could just pick up.
Maybe we could just
I
be
don't
frozen
want-
and then
I
wake up
don't.
when they have the ability to replace hearts.
That's true.
Full
3D
on.
printing organs.
You know, I'm telling you. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? What are you telling me? Sorry, you know what? We're a little bit out of our groove. No, I'm just kidding. We're right back into it.
I never got in it.
Yeah. No. 9 episodes. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Censored. Sorry.
What you're doing?
Flip.
What?
All right, so
Okay.
I'm just going to go ahead and start this episode off with a question that needs to be asked. Nolan, how have you been since our last podcast, which I believe was the Super Bowl, and what a
It was on Super Bowl Sunday.
SHIT show that was.
It wasn't the funnest game I've ever watched.
It quite possibly could have been the worst Super Bowl I remember watching. And
Or the best if you like defense.
I think there were well, yeah, because offense is just so wonderful to watch. And with
so
the
much more
Patriots
fun
having
to
Tom
watch.
Brady, Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, I just thought there'd be some
Although,
offense. And then the Rams offense, it wasn't even a shootout. It was just 3-0 for a real long time.
I wanted it to be Saints-Chiefs.
I think
Super
that
Bowl.
would have been a better game.
It would have been a terrific game. 40
Well, I
points
don't know
each.
if it could have been worse.
Yeah, I couldn't have. But anyways, after that sick display of whatever that was, and then I thought Maroon 5 was good, but all the fools in the world.
Did you approve of the SpongeBob?
No,
cameo?
I was not as I'm going to get heated again. Why would they use that iconic scene for literally 5 seconds? It's
Yeah.
lit.
It was.
And why? I actually enjoyed what little bit of the Travis Scott portion I heard because of the bleeping.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty good. It was totally underutilized. They could have capitalized on that in a big, big way.
At least for the SpongeBob fans, I don't see how you could not be disappointed.
I was disappointed, and so much so that I watched that episode because my sister got me the first 100 episodes of SpongeBob on DVD, so I was watching them.
You went home and watched it.
Yep. It really
Maybe you were
put
already
me in a
home.
good mood. Yeah.
You went to your room and watched it.
So my
Anyway,
week went by slow.
Slow. My week's not over. I work tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Saturday.
You heard it
Saturday.
first.
You know. Hey, but I'm just gonna tell you right now. I got a day off during the week, so
Speaking of days off during the
Okay.
week, it really wasn't a day off, but how about Valentine's Day this week?
ooh.
Yeah.
Only
Love
one
day.
of us on the panel, I assume. Landon, did you have any
Did I what?
Valentines?
No.
Okay, then just one of us.
No. Yeah, I had a Valentine. I've got a wife.
You have a built-in Valentine.
Yeah, she's just built in. I don't have to ever worry about nothing. But they're hard to find. Good wife, you know. It's not easy.
I don't know.
I
So you
I don't
say
have
it's
one.
not like 7 brides for 7 brothers.
No. What's the main song? When he sing, "Oh, I'm gonna get a bride," or that movie is. I don't know how that would fly if that movie was made today.
I can't imagine it would.
It wouldn't. People would be all up in arms. But I love it. It's
I haven't seen it in a long time. It seems like the plot is pretty much go into town and pick up a bride.
Just
7 of them.
Still one. 7 of them, because there's 7 brothers.
Yeah.
Lennon, how was your week? I had 2 weeks.
My 2 weeks was good. Mostly run of the mill. Did get to spend one of the weekends in New York City.
Oh, is that so? Which actually spurs about this podcast, which is going to be about travel.
Yeah.
But
Travel's good.
yeah, travel is good.
And
There's
it
a lot
was
of
good.
places
It
I
was-
want to see.
It was a good trip.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I've been there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was different.
Totally different than rural Oklahoma, huh?
A little bit.
Or even Metro
Or even
Oklahoma.
OKC, yeah.
I know. The city. They're like,
And it's a fantastic place to visit. It really is.
to go get that experience. That's fun. Well, I'm
Did
going to
you-
be asking you. I'm going to be grilling you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Fire.
Did you have New York pizza?
Very many times, yeah.
You cannot go to New York and get specific New York pizzeria pizza.
It's like going to Chicago and
Not
not
getting
getting Chicago.
deep dish. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Now they have these $1 pizza places.
Yeah, they're
If
You go to a hot dog
cheese-
stand.
a cheese slice. I didn't get any food from a hot dog stand, even though they litter the streets.
Yeah, every street. I bet they're disgusting and have so many health code violations.
Maybe. They sell a lot of falafels and other things besides,
What is a
hot dogs.
falafel?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel awful.
Falafel. Falafel.
I don't.
Well, I'm gonna lamb chop you on your vacation. By that I mean grill. You know, I had a pretty exciting 2 weeks. Been working. That's about it.
Work is exciting.
You know, I had a birthday.
Oh, yes,
had a bar-
yes,
you had a
yes.
birthday.
Yes.
Turned 24.
Wow.
I know. You know what next year is?
25.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun week or a fun couple weeks. Chilled with the women. By that I mean wife and daughter, an unborn child.
Just
Just watch TV.
There's
The Good Doctor.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No,
The
just a
Good
solid.
Doctor.
The Good Doctor. Have you seen it?
No.
You need to watch it. It's good. No one's watched an episode or so. It's
Okay.
good.
Did you see the Nintendo conference? The new releases that they're going to be bringing out?
No, I actually didn't. Did you see any of that?
Okay.
What was it? What did you see?
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter. It was like it's kind of like the Apple events that they do,
Uh-huh.
WWC kind of thing, but it
Yeah.
was just a big Nintendo thing where they unveiled like they're remaking one of the Legends of Zelda.
Oh, really?
It's
Like
mostly
remastering it or like
Switch
change
stuff.
Switch stuff?
Yeah,
Nolan,
like
you
a
have
re-
a Switch. By the way, let me have it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they're remastering it,
Okay.
and they're doing. There's a Mario game,
Oh, yeah, like make your own Mario
Mar-
or something like that.
Mario
Maker. Yeah.
Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, I did see that. I did not see the Legend of Zelda announcement though. That's pretty sweet. I need to get back into Zelda. I had a friend in elementary school, and we would go and play. He had like the adapter where you could put your GameCube or Game Boy to your GameCube, and like
Oh, you
project
had one
it.
of those too,
Yeah, I
didn't
did.
you?
I did have one of those, and we played like Zelda. It was fun. And then he had what's the Nintendo with the sweet controller? 64. Nintendo 64.
I've played
Play Zelda.
the Legend of Zelda, which I
Mhm.
think was on NES.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy it that much, but I could definitely see the draw.
Yeah, for sure. It's same with like Nolan loves Pokemon style games, and you know playing Pokemon on a
old
game.
ones?
Yeah, the old ones. They're
Game Boy?
they're hard.
Yeah, they are. But it's a similar concept to
Yeah.
Zelda.
It is very similar.
Yeah, which Nintendo, they remade Pokemon Red and Blue, which was the first ones for the Nintendo Switch, which was Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Oh yeah, that's right. And you have
I have Let's
Pikachu.
Go Pikachu, and it's the exact same, just 3D.
Heck yeah.
And it's very fun to
I can
play.
remember the cartridges were actually red and blue, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which was
I'm
kind of
pretty
neat.
sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they had some see-through cartridges for some of the Game Boy games. Those were neat.
Which,
Game Boy.
yeah, I
I
was
miss my
about
Game Boy.
to say Game Boy.
That was Game Boy was one of my I would compare it almost to the amount of joy and fun I had from like to the PSP.
Oh yeah.
Because I had like Wario and oh man,
Wario
Wario
World.
was fun. Wario World was one of my favorite games.
You could get Super Mario World, and it
Uh-huh.
was identical to the.
Yeah, it was exactly what you would play
Super
on the
Nintendo
Super
game.
Nintendo, and you just had it in a little handheld version.
Yeah.
We had the little flip Game Boy. You had that one. I had Michelle, our cousin, gave me a Game Boy Color,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the like it was just a little screen, and you held it like this.
Like a brick.
Yeah, and then of course they came out with what was the Game Boy Advance?
Game Boy Advance. was
Yeah,
the
I
one
had
that
that one.
Yeah,
I had
I
that
had the
one.
Game Boy Advance. There was a lot of really fun games, but we're talking about crazy stuff. And you know what? Taking my Game Boy to vacations,
It
was
something
amazing.
I have done.
absolutely. And speaking of vacations, Lennon, I saw that you went to what was it, Papaya or something?
Hot dogs and papaya.
Yeah,
place.
what is that? What is that about?
I don't really know. There's hot dog restaurants that sell papaya juice, and it's become like a tradition in like the Manhattan area. So
Huh.
that's about all I know about it. I didn't partake.
Peyton and Garrison, they
Yeah.
ate some papaya juice.
I ate some pizza.
Oh, you ate some pizza. Did y'all go to Chinatown?
We did
Oh, how was
for a
that?
few hours one night.
How was that? Fast talking?
It was neat.
Neat.
A lot of fish markets.
Fish markets.
So a lot of
You
the
get some
streets smell
sushi?
like dead fish.
You don't like sushi, do you?
No, I'm not a huge fan.
Raw fish, it's a weird concept. It
You
really
know-
is.
Meat shouldn't be raw.
You shouldn't consume raw meats usually. The only ones that are sort of okay are
Well, fish you can eat straight up raw.
if as long as the outside of beef is
Mm-hmm. If
seared.
you skim off beef,
Yeah,
that's
you can
fine.
eat it raw. It's weird. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
'cause I guess the inside is sterile.
Yeah, it is sterile. It's just a piece of meat. It can't. I mean, unless it was infected or something with some kind of bacteria, you wouldn't
Which-
get sick.
isn't
but-
it?
You
Like
shouldn't.
steak tartare or whatever.
Ugh, ground
It's
up
just
steak
ground
with
up
the egg in the
roast or-
center.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Chinatown. That's something
Oh.
that is it bright and kind of how you'd imagine like
Is it like the movies? Is what he's asking.
The whole city or Chinatown?
no Chinatown.
It's kind of grim. It's kind of dirty and dingy, actually.
Ooh, really? So it's not as like
It's honestly not a very nice
poppin'?
area.
Huh?
The nicest area we visited was Times Square.
Oh, Times Square. How was it being there? Lots of fast walkers and
Yeah,
shouting. Did you call a taxi?
No, never called. We
Did you Uber a lot?
didn't Uber once.
You just walked everywhere?
Subway.
Oh, how was the subway? I've never been in a subway. I wouldn't.
Honestly,
I've been in many subways. They always
Eat
eat
fresh.
fresh.
yeah. Honestly, it's not bad.
Kind of like the bus, just
It's convenient. It's kind of like the bus. The subway stations are dirty,
ugh.
real dirty.
Which makes you really feel for Chris in Pursuit of Happiness.
Chris.
That Will Smith.
You mean Will
character.
Smith?
Yeah. His name is Chris in that movie, isn't it?
I would have never remembered that.
I think it is. But yeah,
I do not
but
know.
dirty and so it's more. What I'm gathering are certain areas that you would think are just some amazing NYC type thing. Because down here in Oklahoma, our streets are usually pretty calm, other than if you're on the interstate drive time.
Yeah, even in downtown OKC.
You can maneuver anywhere.
Yeah.
What if you were walking on the street and you saw cars? Were they backed up? Like, was it packed?
No, actually, no. There's a lot of traffic and a lot of people honking at each other.
Did you hear lots of honks?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you
Oh,
ever hear a
dang.
"Get out of here"?
Pretty much. The cabbies are
New York.
mean.
The cabbies?
Yeah.
The guys who drive cabs?
Yeah.
Are they rampant? Were there like more cabs than cars?
Yeah. The thing about New York is everything you see on the TV and all the stereotypes, all that is just true. I mean, that's what it is. It's pretty much
So
exactly
the
like
what I've seen on movies would be a good representation of what it is, huh?
pretty much
like-
exactly like the little Segway clips you see
Like
on
Splinter
Seinfeld.
Man.
Okay. How did it feel to go to the New World Trade. Was that cool?
Yeah, it was.
Did y'all go to is there like what is it, the museum or the memorial for the World Trade?
Well, yeah, there's both.
Okay.
They're kind of intertwined, but the memorial is just outside. It's the footprint of the old buildings.
Oh, okay.
And then the museum is underneath that. It's like basement
okay.
level of the original World Trade.
That's awesome. Was it pretty powerful?
Yeah, it was.
That's cool. That's definitely something that I would like to see.
Which, here we have a memorial building.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to lead into. That's, something in OKC that
Happened.
I feel is pretty poignant, is something that everybody, if they're in this part of the country, should go to, is see the OKC memorial.
The Murrah building.
Of the bombing was 1995.
Uh-huh.
I'm a fresh whippersnapper.
Yeah, you were like 2
Yeah,
months.
I know. Yeah, 2 months. And you were barely
A year.
1? Yeah.
In 2 months.
Yeah, a year and 2 months. But yeah, real fresh and young, and see and like relive that piece of history. Like go to see the memorial of where all the victims of the tragedy were there. It's something that's super powerful even now to go and re-look back at it and see.
Having been to both, the OKC one hit me harder.
Yeah, because
honestly.
it's
Especially the way they have laid out the OKC memorial.
Yeah.
It's a sad experience.
It really is to see, because the building that they've preserved that like shows damage from the side of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I got the little audio recording of the moment it happened.
Mm-hmm. That's
wild.
crazy. I can't remember. I just can't even imagine how our parents felt.
The lone tree, the one
That
I like to
stayed.
call the everlasting tree,
Yeah.
stayed there, still charred.
Mm-hmm.
Still living to this day.
Yeah, I
still
know.
A
living.
sign of hope.
Yep. That's something that, really, obviously, the people who are listening right now to our podcast are probably from Oklahoma, so they know what we're talking about. But definitely, if we...
I don't know the demographic.
we don't know. We don't have demographic.
At this point, I'm going to guess all 20 of you.
Family members. You're from
from
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or have been in Oklahoma most of your life. But yeah, Oklahoma has a lot of cool state parks. We've got the Ouachita Trail. If you're talking specifically hiking, which is something that I'd like to dive into real quick. We go backpacking. We like to see scenic things. That's I would consider it a hobby. It's not. We probably don't do it often enough, and definitely has dropped off in the last year, 2 years almost, 2 seasons. Because the season for us is winterish, fall.
Right.
I wouldn't want to do it in the summer and have to have real light gear and
The thing that's nice about winters is
no mosquitoes.
the bugs, the heat.
Yeah, the bugs.
Because you're going to sweat. When it's 28 degrees, you're going to sweat
Oh yeah.
hiking.
Oh yeah. And you sweat when it's cold. Why would you want to get knee deep in sweat in the summer? Like hiking is different, but backpacking where you're carrying a pack, you're going into the wilderness, and you're
Carrying all that extra weight makes a huge difference.
yeah, for certain. And you need a lot of gear. You need food. When you're out there for a couple nights, like, you got a 2, 3, 10-mile hike back to wherever it is you parked or your pickup spot or whatever.
Yep.
That makes a difference.
That makes an enormous difference. But the thing about this state that it's people that have never been here, they're just going to envision
Flyover state.
the Great Plains,
Yeah, wheat fields.
like Nebraska, Kansas,
Mm-hmm. Farming.
and a lot of it is.
Yeah, lots. Most of it.
But
But
not all of it. About
No.
the eastern third, probably, and the western third.
mhm.
The western third's like a desert Badlands.
Yeah.
The eastern third is like the Ozarks.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty beautiful state.
World's tallest hill.
The world's tallest hill in Poto.
Yeah, because it's almost a
It's-
mountain. It just doesn't
it's
qualify.
inches.
inches away
Inches
from being a
away
mountain.
of being a mountain.
Yeah, and it's something that I want to see every bit of Oklahoma that I can. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of cool state parks. You can go stay in a lodge, a cabin, or something on any, like, it's outdoors, and some people may not like that.
A lot of the stuff you're going to do is going to be outdoorsy.
Mm-hmm. But it's fun. Like, Oklahoma's fun. Bricktown is booming in our world.
OKC honestly, it is a really good city.
It is. And not to mention everything that the Thunder has brought to Oklahoma.
Everything,
A tremendous amount.
everything from downtown OKC has been better by
The Thunder.
the Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely.
It actually
It
used
makes
to be
it a
the
destination.
It used to be the highest crime rate in Oklahoma at downtown OKC.
Mm-hmm.
And all the neighborhoods, like the Paseo and the art district
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
That was run down old,
Mm-hmm.
bad
And they
places
made cool.
to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's hip.
Yeah, they've got some really cool venues.
Hip hop.
They've got some really cool venues that you can go and, like, bar-ish type venues. The Jones Theater. We went to a Judah and the Lion concert there.
Yeah.
It's a really cool venue.
Yeah.
Like, fits, 3,000, if that? Maybe 1,500, 2,000, something like that.
That's a good amount for.
Yeah.
Yeah. For just, like, a little small venue. But it had, like, some pretty decent bands play there. I love Judah and the Lion.
I
Top
prefer
three
small
for me.
venues.
Me too. Like, the Zoo Amp for
Yeah.
21 Pilots was awesome.
Yeah.
And the zoo. The Oklahoma City Zoo is really, really good. Because I've been to the one in Missouri.
What?
Oh, man, what's it called? Or the Tulsa Zoo is good. But the one in Missouri,
Is it what part? Branson?
yeah, or maybe I'm not
Springfield?
thinking Missouri.
Hmm?
There was what am I thinking of?
Kansas City?
Yeah, maybe.
I do not
I don't
know.
know. I'm just going to forget I said that. Sorry for
One of
not
my
knowing
favorite
what I was
places.
talking about.
One of my favorite places I've been, and I would actually move there. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah, and I was gonna get to that. Like, that's I haven't been to very many states. I'm not a traveler.
Folks listening, we are not very well traveled.
No. This is more of like an aspiration type travel.
Yeah.
Like things I want to see and want to do. And I've never been to Disneyland.
I haven't either. I've never been to Florida.
No,
Or-
never even.
I guess Disneyland is in California, but
Or Disney World. Either one of those. I'd love to say, hey, I'm going to Disney World or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. But Pigeon Forge, Tennessee had Dollywood. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Dollywood.
That's a cool theme park. And theme parks, to me, I love roller coasters. Growing up, I was super afraid of heights. I don't like structure.
Speaking of heights,
Like, did you go to the
Man-made
Empire
heights.
State?
what? No, we didn't go up any
Oh, okay.
skyscrapers.
Did you see?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw tons, obviously, but
Yeah.
did you see the Empire State? Did you go
Uh-huh.
that way? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you
it's
see-
all like. I mean, that whole area is pretty small.
Yeah.
Like Manhattan is like.
You picture it so big.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in my head, I imagine you had to like.
And it is big for like a skyline.
Mhm.
It's a massive skyline.
Hey, quick question. What the picture of you're in between those buildings, and you're looking down, and you take a picture of the sunset. It's like a New York thing.
Is there a bridge in the picture?
I think maybe.
I mean, I know of. There's a really good view down a street of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, but I think that's a thing. Like people,
Okay.
it's an art type thing. But I cannot think of what it's called for the life of me. But I thought Peyton was taking a picture of it. Did you see the bridge?
We did.
Did you go on it?
Honestly, just to say we saw it. We saw it from a couple
Afar.
blocks away.
Oh, okay.
There was a ton of people on it. I guess it's like thousands of people walking across it.
Dang. Because it's a landmark almost.
I think it's the oldest. I don't know if it's the oldest suspension bridge in the world or just the oldest of that scale.
I couldn't do it. I don't have the stomach to try to think about being the ones that build those bridges or skyscrapers.
Back then, yeah, something like the Empire State Building was like.
Ugh. Suspending up there, 2,000 feet. Wait, 2,000 feet? Is that correct?
Empire?
Empire.
I think it's 1,400.
Oh, it's 1,400.
But speaking of heights, have you ever been on a mountain?
A mountain? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we went to
Obergatlinburg.
was a cool part of Tennessee. We rode the
tram.
trolley tram thing that goes up the mountain. It was
That's some beautiful
weird.
area.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Tennessee's really
It's
cool.
mountainous green.
That area is...
The more east you go, the more mountainous green you'll see.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Which mountainy? I would love to do the Appalachian Trail, all of it, month's worth. But that takes lots of training, lots of planning.
Georgia to Maine.
Georgia and Maine, which I would love to go to Maine and eat red lobster.
Red Lobster.
Eat lobster.
I mean,
You can tell my seafood
I'd sure hope the lobster is red.
skills because
you just
eat red lobster.
You just said red lobster.
That's
Who
what we
knows
eat.
you're talking about
we
the
eat
red
lobster.
restaurant.
Everybody eats red lobster.
Exactly.
Don't eat the sushi in Oklahoma. That's what they say.
Gas station sushi.
Yeah, because think about it. If all the sushi is up here in the northeast,
New England area.
yeah, it has to be shipped here.
Sushi meat is normally tuna, I believe. Is that true?
Tuna, crab,
Crab.
something
Crab
like
roll.
that. Eat a crab roll. My favorite is the firecracker roll. I don't know if that's like. I'm not a connoisseur of anything really. Fine dining,
I don't eat fish.
Cigars, nothing.
nothing. I just do what I do, and hopefully it's cool. Which, speaking of cool, I want to go to Harry Potter World or whatever it's called. I'd love to see it.
Where's that? Universal Orlando?
I don't know. I'm gonna do
that's
a
not
quick
Disney, yeah.
Google search.
I believe-
No, it isn't. It isn't Disney.
On Broadway right now, they have Harry Potter.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
What is that play
Universal
called?
Orlando.
Universal Orlando.
Hamilton.
It's like Harry Potter and the something.
Oh,
son.
Cursed Child.
Cursed Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that on Broadway right now.
That's cool. You should. Did you go to Broadway?
I didn't see a show.
Oh, well, you saw
I
Broadway.
just saw like the theaters and the
walk
Harry
by it.
Potter. The one that's playing Harry Potter has this big grand sign, and there's like an owl on the top of.
Were tickets y'all could have not got them, or were they just been expensive?
Speaking of
Probably
which,
both.
now that we're on the topic of Harry Potter, and the reason I would actually love to go, if you go on, I'm out. If you go to, I'm getting a call, I think. No, maybe not. If you go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, you can get your wand from Pottermore.
Oh yeah, Pottermore is legit.
And while we're on the topic, I have the third most powerful wand you can have on Pottermore.
Oh really?
Yeah, because you can't get the other two, I feel like.
What are the other two?
I have no idea.
Oh.
You
I couldn't tell you what mine is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'd have to
I
go
think
look.
I landed on Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw when I did my Pottermore. Have you done
not a wand.
Pottermore?
That's
No,
not
I don't
a
know what it is. I don't know what's going on.
It's a website that tells you what house you would be picked in based off of
What
your
your wand,
interests,
what your
what your
wand
wand would be, what your pet would be.
Well,
It's
not-
cool.
not pet.
Well, or not pet, but
Um,
Harry
Yeah.
Potter fans, if they ever get a hold of this,
no, I.
have me on a stick.
Oh, what's it called? Come back to me. I'll think of it.
Is it an animal?
Yeah, you know, like Harry Potter's is a deer.
No.
Oh, you're Patronus.
Patronus.
Yeah, Patronus charm. Yeah,
Okay.
you're Patronus.
Yeah,
Expecto Patronum. I love Harry Potter.
Me too.
But yeah, I'd love to go to Orlando, and there's a lot of stuff in Florida I'd like to see. I've only ever been to the Texas beaches.
As
Coast.
far as an ocean beach.
Yeah, as far as an ocean.
The Gulf.
And they're not
Ocean.
clear or beautiful or anything. I know you've been to Cali.
I did
beaches.
go on a
California.
2008 family trip to California.
Yeah, and you went to Bubba Gump Shrimp. You had California In-N-Out, didn't you?
Yeah, actually.
They say California In-N-Out's way better than Texas In-N-Out, and all I've had is Texas
that was
In-N-Out.
back when it was only California and maybe
Oh yeah, I wasn't even
Nevada.
down there. Okay.
But I had Texas In-N-Out this last fall, and it was really good.
Really?
But there's like 5 or 6 in Dallas now.
Oh, really?
There was just the one
Mm-hmm.
at first. Now there's a bunch.
Huh.
Which, speaking of which, in New York, we had was Shake Shack,
Mm-hmm.
which it's kind of like an In-N-Out, but it was started out as a hot dog stand in Central Park, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And they sold hot dogs and burgers, and it got really popular, so they got a permanent stand in a different park.
Okay.
And that stand's still there today, but now they're all over New
Yeah.
York
Yeah.
and New England.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was good.
Was it good?
It was very In-N-Out-esque,
Mm-hmm.
just a lot
Where would
better.
it be off the cuff? I know it's a hard question. Where would it rank in your fast food
High.
burger experiences? Which we got to do one about burgers quick. We got to do a podcast about burgers because
We do. We have burglars.
burglars, that's what we'll call it. In fact, we'll make a second podcast called The Burglars where we review burgers, talk about...
It'll have a total of 2 episodes.
Yeah, we won't do that, but it sounded good in my head. But yeah, burgers. I want to try, with traveling, you want to try the restaurants that each states are known for.
Or just, the food in general.
Yeah,
like
the
if you go to
staples that are in
Oklahoma
the-
and Texas, you're going to get barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
that's what you're going to get.
Or Oklahoma's kind of a melting pot of
We have everything
Well,
pretty much.
everything.
But,
But
that is the
you get-
attitude you take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
When I was in Kansas City
Like-
the one time,
Hmm.
I made sure I got some barbecue.
We went to Kansas City and I didn't get barbecue. I was very disappointed that I never did. We
And, like,
stayed in a hotel basically.
If you go to Louisiana, you're going to get Cajun.
Yeah,
Get some jambalaya.
I'm getting some jambalaya from. I'm telling you, but you go for each region's specific
Yeah.
items that they eat a lot.
Even with fast food chains like that, if it's something like that where you can't get it where you back home,
Mm-hmm.
you get it there. It's special. People
It
who
is.
come here, believe it or not, people who come here, they'll get Whataburger
Mm-hmm. Because
and make a point to get it.
yeah, because or
Because,
they'd have to go to Texas.
I mean, what a burger. Am I right?
Whataburger is one of my favorites.
I like to.
I love
I love
Whataburger.
to judge restaurants at their best.
Yeah,
Whataburger at its best is.
is
Whataburger is
insanely
delicious.
good. Very high on my list.
It's also huge. Like
Mm.
In-N-Out and Shake Shack,
The burgers are
tiny.
yeah, they're real small,
A
real
lot-
small. That's
a
why
lot
you
of
see
folks
people
get
get like
singles.
2. Mm-hmm.
But they're New Yorkers.
New Yorkers.
Texans.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a double Whataburger.
Oh yeah, they are a big, huge, massive burger. But yeah, you go to each region for their specific food. Like I said, I really want to go to Maine and eat seafood.
Yeah,
I love
know.
seafood.
That whole like Maine, Boston.
Oh, Boston.
Or not, yeah,
Drink
that's
some
just the
tea.
city of Boston. Massachusetts, Maine, that whole area.
Yeah, up in the Northeast, fish-eating Northerners.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go to Southern, and a lot of fried chicken. Oklahoma has a lot of good spots for fried chicken. Ishans. It's been on diners, drive-ins, and dives. I know everybody, for some reason, decided to hate Guy Fieri like they hate Nickelback, but
Yeah, I didn't know they hated them.
no, they didn't until everybody else started hating them.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. But yeah,
Fieri.
I'd like to, if I'm talking worldwide, let's just go worldwide.
Whoa.
What are some monuments you think you'd want to go see?
I
Stonehenge?
would love to see all of the
The
7.
Colosseum, the 7 wonders of the world.
And the, what's it called?
The Great Pyramids of Giza.
Yeah.
There's the new and old 7 wonders.
I'd like to see the
The ancient
Pantheon.
of the ancient world, which the Hanging Gardens of Babylon is the ancient world.
The mausoleum at Halicarnassus.
Statue of Zeus at Olympia. That's another ancient one.
Mm-hmm.
Rome,
You might want to look up the new 7 wonders on.
Rome is
now it's-
loaded with.
The Taj Mahal. Christ the Redeemer. That I had that on my list. That's one of the things, and they have a little mini one in Eureka Springs, Arkansas,
Yeah.
and I've been to that.
Yeah,
Walked up to the top.
I also want to see Machu Picchu. You know what I'm saying?
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
The Great
Machu
Wall of
Picchu.
China. I had a teacher in high school that went to the Great Wall, and he was in China on a mission trip, which communist China. They have to lie and say they're going there for something else, and then they do. It's kind of dangerous, missionaries over there. But when you went to China and you walk everywhere and you drink herbal tea and you eat like fish and rice, and he lost 30 pounds just by being in China for a month, not doing anything different, just eating soup and ramen.
Which,
I don't even know if they eat ramen in China, but I don't know.
Sadly,
I'm not very cultured. We're from Oklahoma, I'm sorry.
Sadly, one of the 7 new wonders of the world closed.
What?
The Taj Mahal.
Really?
Yep.
Nobody can go in anymore?
Nope.
You just walk, drive by it?
There's a wall around it.
What?
There's always been a
Why'd
wall
they do
around
that?
it. There's always been a wall around it.
I see the Colosseum on there.
Mm-hmm.
In Rome, you got the Colosseum, the Pantheon, I believe it's called. It's like the world's oldest concrete dome or something.
Something like that.
Literally thousands of years old concrete dome.
The architecture.
Do you know what Petra is from Jordan?
Mm-mm. I don't. I'm uncultured swine.
I've heard it.
Let me show you because it's very nice.
It's very good.
That's
Petra
I
Industries.
don't want Petra
Midwest
Industries.
City, Oklahoma.
There's a Petra in Edmond. What does that mean? But yeah, there's so many things worldwide that
You don't know what that is?
Okay, I've seen that.
I saw that on the Transformers movie.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the premise of what they were trying to do in that movie.
Okay. It's like, for folks that didn't see that, it's like the facade of it almost looks like the entrance of a building
In a mountain.
embedded in a giant cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I would like to go see.
Yeah, that'd be
Petra.
awesome. I would definitely, like I said,
Stonehenge for sure.
would be cool.
Easter Island would be cool.
Oh yeah, with the heads. Is that the one with the
Did
heads?
you know that Easter Island found bodies under the heads?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the pyramids, gigantic tombs made by aliens.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way the humans were able to build that at that time.
This isn't a conspiracy theory podcast.
No, it isn't. But 30-second conspiracy. Honestly, that big of a feat.
I just think historians do not know how to properly date things that are in the past.
True.
Like, I'm sure they had some sort of crane.
Yeah, they probably did. They would have
almost
invented
had
modern
to.
plumbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, those stones, like, it kind of looks like it's just bricks.
Uh-huh.
It ain't bricks. They're like the size of this room.
I know. Huge stones.
Yeah, they are.
So that to me is something
The
that's
Great
just crazy.
Pyramid of Giza.
No, I'd like to go to Paris, kind of.
Yeah,
I think.
Man, what is the monument?
The Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Eddie?
the Eiffel Tower. Big Ben.
Hey, you
That's
could
in
always
the
go
UK,
to
right?
Vegas.
London.
London.
Could
I'd like
always
to go
go
to
to
London.
Vegas.
I'd love to go to London. I've never, Vegas in USA, going back to like
I mean, you said the Eiffel
America,
Tower.
and in America, like going back to that realm, Las Vegas is one of those things or one of those places that you need to see, just to say you've been there.
When I think of Las Vegas, I think of Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
And what
Is that right? I don't remember.
Something like that.
Anyway, and then they go to the Lotus Hotel,
Yeah.
and then they're in there for like 2 weeks, and it only feels like an hour. That's how I feel Vegas
Do you
is in
think
real
Percy
life.
Jackson? I think Ocean's 11.
I don't really think of any movie.
No, and
Besides maybe...
if I were to actually think of Vegas, I'd think of Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah.
Hangover, yeah. 21, I think, was that?
I love that movie.
I know, that was a good
That's
movie.
a really underrated movie.
It was.
The Blackjack movie.
And I just think of poker. I think of the World Series of Poker,
Mm-hmm.
the main event.
Oh, you mean like
of
this? Put on the hoodie, the
Yeah.
glasses, no emotion, looking at the table,
Yeah.
winning
There's,
millions of
There's
dollars.
so much entertainment there. Like freaking...
Yeah.
like when Elvis was at the end of his days,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
He had a show there for like a year.
Yep.
Several times a week.
And now people impersonate him for a living.
Yeah.
You know what
That's their job.
You know what my #1 America destination is
What's that?
that I'd like to go see?
What is that, sir?
The Smithsonian.
In Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir.
I believe Washington, D.C. is the most visited tourist city in the
I
country.
wouldn't doubt it.
I think it is. And yes, I'm with you on the Smithsonian.
I would really like to go to the Smithsonian. So much history and.
It's like a chain of museums.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, another memorial type thing, Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
I
All
got
the
butchered.
Civil War sites,
Yes.
all of that kind of stuff would be fun. And we haven't even talked about the detached states. I'd love to go to Alaska. I'd love to go to Hawaii because the
Hawaii.
culture there is different in Hawaii.
I think Hawaii would be near the top of my list, maybe at the top.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for real.
If somebody said, all right, we're sending you somewhere in the USA, where do you want to go
Hawaii.
for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Especially if they put a 2-week constraint, because where else would you rather be than in that 75-degree weather in the
I mean,
winter?
you could. Yeah, exactly. You could say better than me, but would you want to be in New York for 2 weeks?
I don't think so.
Just because
honestly, we were there. We were only there for what was really about 3 days
Mm-hmm.
because of travel days, and it was a good amount. It was about the right amount, to be honest.
I just think of like where we have grown up, where we've lived, how we were raised, what's been embedded us in our lives. I just don't know if I would mesh well in the New York
the only
City
thing
area.
that I can compare it to at all is like some of the busiest times at the college campus,
But that's every corner,
and that same
everywhere.
that same mentality of literally running
Yeah.
to catch the subway.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
That's crazy. Yeah, I obviously I'll have to experience it for myself, but
Yeah.
I want to experience as much as possible in the life. And there's what I just cannot talk. Stutter City up in here.
I'll have a stemma.
I would
Have you
actually
ever
like
seen
to
the
go to
King's
Stutter
Speech?
City.
I have not seen the King's Speech.
Jimmy?
What?
I would actually like to go see Stutter City.
That would be a good.
No,
good,
it's in
good
Maine.
city. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're
just
lying.
Got him.
I'm gullible. Take me back to Gullible City.
There's no doubt this very country we're in, there's a lot to see and do. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people coming in to see it.
Yep,
So that tells you there's a lot to do.
I know. We live in America, the land of
is America.
opportunity. Don't catch you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up.
The
Song of the year.
landscape is off the chain.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, California has most of it all in that one state.
Yeah, I know.
The cities, the number of major cities,
Mhm.
the sporting events.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
There's
And
a
I mean-
lot to do and take in.
Yeah. Talk about major cities: Chicago, NYC,
Los Angeles.
Well, I mean-
Los Angeles.
Yeah, there's a major, meaning high population.
Yeah, like just the cities that,
Sacramento.
but the cities that,
Like even people who are not well equipped in United States,
know them. L.A.,
Orlando, Miami,
Houston even is big. Philly,
Portland.
Portland,
yeah, Portland, San Diego,
Phoenix, Philadelphia.
and just these cities are huge, densely populated areas that people go to just to say they've been to. Like y'all took a weekend trip to NYC, so that you could say, "Yeah, I've been to NYC."
Yeah.
Speaking of Philadelphia, I would actually love to
Boston.
try an actual Philly cheesesteak.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Did I
Chopped
see
cheese.
27th as Oklahoma City? I did.
Yeah. 600.
27th most populous.
Yeah, but is that considering Edmond, the whole metro area, or is that just strictly in OK? That obviously 630,000.
Nashville.
I think it's going to
The-
consider all of it.
Yeah, for
Nashville
sure.
would be nice because that really is pretty much where
Martin
so many
Dogs.
different music genres
Nashville's a
were
cool
created.
Mhm.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah, I would too.
OKC's land area is actually pretty huge.
Yeah, the metro area is huge.
It's huge.
We have-
Huge.
Side note: we have Yorkshire Terriers, and they like to bark.
Bork.
Sorry,
Bork.
apologization. But yeah, Detroit is. I mean, obviously,
That's right.
in recent time, I'd like to
Yeah,
go there
okay.
to say I've been to Detroit,
So-
but I don't know how
I've actually
that would
been
work.
This list
Not much to say.
This list definitely has to consider the metro of Oklahoma City because there's no way there's more people
Yeah,
in
that's
OKC
that's
than
what we're
Las
saying.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. The metro area, actually, if you look at it, is huge.
you-
Consider it's not just OKC. It's like OKC, Norman, even Edmond,
And like,
Yukon, like that.
you
Those.
think Kansas City? I think Kansas City. I think bigger than OKC.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Just we only saw half of it,
Yeah.
and it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. That's probably the most like city-ish
Yeah.
I've ever been to in the U.S.
Big skyline, big like
Mm-hmm.
busy traffic everywhere kind of city.
Yeah.
Showing of hands, who would like to go to Athens?
Greece.
Georgia.
I would like to see.
I would like to go
Athens.
to Athens, Greece, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Go
Say what
ahead.
you're gonna say.
Nothing.
I was just gonna say Greece is an area that I would I'd really like to see Greece.
Yeah.
Hey, you might see an Antetokounmpo.
Giannis or Thanasis.
Thanasis.
But yeah,
Thanasis.
just there's so much rich culture and history in this world that we'll never get to see or experience.
Wow.
It started
Ouch.
dark and it's getting
I
darker
mean,
now.
we are meaningful nonsense. It's crazy how much of the world we won't get to see.
Yeah.
There's cultures we will only see on TV or in something like that.
I'd like to go to
Never
Australia.
experience. Australia would be a cool.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand. God, there's just so
Yeah.
much.
Sorry.
So many countries. I'd like to go to at least one country on every continent.
That'd be cool. What
Of course.
about Antarctica?
Maybe just to say that I went there.
They have. You can actually go. They have like a cruise ship essentially
Mm-hmm.
that will take you there
Huh.
Yeah,
and
I'd,
back.
I'd like to see
That's crazy.
a continent in every country.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
No,
No.
he's just messing with me.
I am messing with him.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll go to every state. I don't know if I'll even go out of the country. But
Avocados from
it does suck sometimes that you work away your youth to the promise that maybe when I'm older and retire,
Well, a wise man.
I'll go and travel, and then a lot of people
wise
don't end up
man.
doing that.
by the name of Judah said, "I ain't trading my youth for no suit and jacket."
Yeah, I'm really going through a quarter life crisis. Really am.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't know if anybody from my employer will hear this, but
Oh, they will. But let it out.
I'm not fulfilled by doing what I'm doing right now. I don't feel fulfilled. I feel like there's something that I can do with this life that's more powerful than what I'm doing right now. I know that is a little bit of a heavy tone for this episode of travel, but it's because
Lay it on me.
I do feel there is just so much in this world that we're not going to get to see. Why not see at least 10% of it? Or 20% of it? Just to say that you did.
It's still a lot.
No, that's a lot.
If you're talking about 10%
ratios.
of 216 countries,
Something like that. I don't know. It could be more than that. But,
that's a
I mean,
lot.
think about it.
How many countries are there?
Oh,
195.
Okay.
195 countries, and I may not see 10 of them.
I may only see one.
Honestly, 10 would be quite a bit.
I know it would. For me, living in Oklahoma.
Maybe for anybody.
I know.
If you tour
In the
Europe,
army or
if
something.
you tour Europe,
You see a lot of
you might-
countries.
Your count will go up.
Yeah.
'Cause-
In areas where there are many, many cities. or cities, many countries in a small area because the countries aren't very big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the United States is underneath Canada. I don't know if I'll ever see Canada.
Yeah. I might on the way to Alaska.
True. That's true. When are you going to Alaska?
You'll see.
But yeah, and segueing off of that and going to like your trip to NYC, y'all just impromptu trip.
I think actually this year on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. Are y'all going to Times Square?
No,
No.
That's when we first talked about it.
Okay, yeah.
It was
And
kinda-
you're like,
It was kind of half serious, but then it became real.
and you went.
And you kind of just have to do it.
Yeah, and I don't have the means.
Yeah.
I can't do that, and that just makes me sad.
Well, yeah, it was actually, to be frank, traveling north this time of year is pretty affordable.
Yeah, for sure, and because it's not a holiday season or anything
It might
like
be
that.
the cheapest time of year.
Cold. Nobody wants to go there when it's
Yeah, they're all
colder.
going to Florida this time of year.
Yeah, they're the destination cities or Hawaii or somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Hawaii is what everything I've heard. Hawaii is just wonderful.
I want a big pig roast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ukuleles everywhere.
Ukulele.
Get
Yeah.
laid.
No, that's some fine Italian.
I definitely, I want to see as much as I can see in the time I'm here because you're not guaranteed very long. You're not guaranteed any time.
No.
So why not make the best of it while you're on the earth? See as much as you can see. Interact with as many other people as you can. See other cultures.
Yeah.
Look at things from different perspectives because everybody on this planet sees from a different perspective. Over 8 is it 8 billion now?
I think that is the estimation.
8 billion people on the planet. And I may not see more than 500,000.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I
Maybe you
like to
see...
have for powerful statements, I like to go ahead and pause, folks,
Yeah. For emphasis.
to let that sink in. You
You're-
ever see that meme? Let that sink in.
Mm-mm.
It's just a picture of a doorway and there's a sink
Let that sink
trying to
in.
get in.
That's funny.
That was a good meme.
That is a good meme.
I've also seen something. If you were to stockpile all the people in the world into the Grand Canyon, it would not go to the height of the Grand Canyon.
I know.
Oh, we didn't even mention the Grand Canyon, but I'd love to see the Grand
Have you
Canyon.
ever-
Have you seen the Grand
I
Canyon?
haven't seen anything west of here besides like the southern California,
Okay.
and I would like to.
Mhm.
Sure.
I
It's
would
strange
too.
because
Let's do it.
The
Let's
Earth-
road trip.
Let's go.
I'm down. I'm not kidding.
the Earth is 30% land, a lot of it uninhabitable.
Mm.
But when you put it in the perspective of what I just said, it's still very large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like when you're in a crowded suburb, city,
Suburb.
and it's so compact and confined with tons of people in that area, like New York City, for example, because I just keep going back to that example since
High
you were just there.
population density
Mhm.
cities.
Right there. But really, if you took that and you spread it all over the world, you have however many miles for each person.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because there's so much, just like Canada,
Hmm.
there's so much open land.
You're not gonna. There's
gonna-
so much ice and stuff. You're not. You can't inhabit that.
A lot of Russia.
Russia, really cold.
Well, I mean, about
Mother Russia.
3/4 of China is mountainous.
Hmm.
Only a third of China, which is very strange because that's why it's so densely populated.
Yeah.
It's because all 1.5 billion people are in one section.
Yeah. One area of China, because the rest is.
And then in India, 1.2 billion is basically all in the same area.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild. I just want to see stuff. I want to live.
Those,
I want to
those
live,
two
not
countries-
live to work.
Those two countries make up over a quarter
Of the
of
population.
the world's population.
China and India, is that what
Yeah.
you said? That's crazy.
I tell you what.
Tell me what.
Tell me what.
I'll tell you what.
But yeah, I think we're just kind of
Rambling.
to the point where we don't have much significant things left to say. I just would like to say that enjoy your days. Enjoy them. You never know what you will see if you just go do something. Just go travel. Take a 3-day weekend. Leave Friday morning. Take off work. Go somewhere. Enjoy Saturday.
A lot of
enjoy
horror
some of the
movies start
Sunday.
off this way.
Yeah, true. And then come back. Just go do something you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah. You gotta step out of your comfort zone.
Or it could be as simple as take a different route to work.
I know.
Don't get so habitualized
Yeah.
that your life becomes...
An itinerary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you're like nervous about what's about to happen, that ends up being some of your best memories when it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Well, my mic got really clear because I put it up to me. Sorry. The audio is going to sound really good for this portion of the podcast or very loud, one of the two. But yeah,
Whoa, Landon.
it's just something that I've thought about a lot. I want to be fulfilled.
Traveler.
Yeah. So I don't want to stay so grounded in my
You're moving states, is what you're saying.
yeah, probably moving to Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Why not Idaho?
Boise sounds fine. Land of potatoes.
Shout out Iowa.
What's that? What is that? I can't remember.
That's a you quote.
That is a me quote. When was that from?
I think it may have been a wild Halloween party once.
Yeah. Shout out Iowa.
Say shout out Iowa. Shout out Iowa.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. But yeah, if you take anything from this podcast, let it be that New York City isn't as glam as the movies. No, I'm just kidding. Lennon didn't say that. Go see it.
It's actually a great city.
Absolutely wonderful.
Everything is so iconic. Every frickin' block is iconic.
So you see something every block
Yeah.
that you've seen on a movie or have heard about.
All the way down to like the subways, the subway entrances that are like in the middle of the sidewalk with the signs that are just a black background with the plain white text.
Yeah.
Just simple things.
That's
that are
crazy.
so
You're just
iconic.
walking on the sidewalk and all right. Subway.
Some might say I'm a dreamer.
But I'm not the only one. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this podcast, guys. I hope you get something from it. Maybe a little nugget of, wow, I really like In-N-Out. Or, never going to Cali. Don't want to see Vegas.
California.
Maybe you don't want to see anything other than OKC. Maybe you're perfectly fine going to Penn Square Mall.
OKC.
OKC. Alright, guys, we will see you next week. I think we are going to change up the schedule a tad bit and do this on Sundays. This might be the last Fry Pod.
Fry pod?
That's what I just... Fry Pod, Friday Pod.
Is this a new Apple product?
Fry Pod.
The Fry pod?
It's like a portable fryer.
Yeah.
Okay. we're
Go ahead.
trademarking it.
Alright. Nobody
Apple,
heard that.
I'm
We're
sorry,
cutting that
Apple.
out.
If you take that product, I will sue. Because we have proof that we came up with it. The Fry
But alright,
pod.
guys, I hope you enjoy your week. If you ever mosey on over to our YouTube, please leave a comment. If you're listening on iTunes, please rate it.
Rating, yeah.
Leave a review. Bad or good, I want to hear it. I want to figure out what we need to do. And if you're a family member, I know you've already rated it, just please rate it again.
That doesn't mean go make a fake account.
No, don't make a fake account. But
Make a fake account.
if you do,
Make a fake
do it.
account.
We're not suggesting it. We're
And
just
also,
please do.
go ahead, go to the YouTube video, push refresh a few
like-
hundred times.
So that way we can have some views racked up. But my dogs are barking, so
I think that's a great way to end it.
woo!